Start of the third quarter, 24-3. We get the ball. We're heading down the field right now. Man, I'm kind of a little bit late, but there is 14 minutes and 38 seconds left. So, the third quarter just started, so I'm not that late, but I did miss the kickoff to the first half. But that's because, wow, Penn State and Indiana, they're in a close game right there. Penn State might be able to pull off the upset against Indiana. It's 20-17. When I was watching that game during the halftime break, Penn State was moving the ball, so they're either going to tie it up or they're going to take the lead pending, if anything crazy doesn't happen. So Penn State might get the upset. I think that would be hilarious if they do. And if they do, what does that say about Indiana? Isn't Indiana really a top 5 team? Nah, I don't know about that. Kind of pushing it. Are they really the second best team in college football? Not in my opinion. No, they're not. No. They're not. So, listen, I don't think Indiana should be in the top 5 if I'm being completely honest here. And yeah, it will be their first loss of the season if they lose to Penn State, but I still don't believe that they're a top 5 team. I still don't believe that for one hot second. But our players look ready to go in this third quarter. And we're moving the ball down the field and doing basically whatever we want. Looks like Ryan Day give them a good talking to. Catch it. Just over the head of the tight end. And that's one thing about the tight end is he can't jump higher than Jeremiah Smith or Tate, but he still can catch the ball pretty good. So he's still a good tight end. I just never seen him jump up in the air like Jeremiah Smith that one time when his body was like an S shape almost. But it's 3rd down and 1, and we should be able to pick up this first down here real fast. Easy 1 yard right here, completion. Just run it straight up the middle for that easy first down. And, not Jeremiah Smith, but Johnson, he got hit in the back, but he kept on going. And that's how you know he's got power, and Donaldson's got the speed. That's how you can tell just by watching the games. Who has what, man? He has that power, bro. Even after contact, he's still going to get that couple of yards. So let's go ahead and see what we come up with. But, man, I really do want to keep an eye. It would be really funny if Indiana gets at Penn State. Penn State. Wait, let's see what happens here. Saying he's looking downfield. He wanted to go down deep. There was nobody open, so he just did his check route to Johnson for a couple. Is Johnson all right? All right. We do not want to see him go down whatsoever. But Penn State is beating Indiana currently 24-20, and their game is in the fourth quarter. And the last time I checked, there was like 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter for that game. So, Indiana's in a fight right now, man. I think it'd be pretty cool if Indiana would lose to Penn State. Even if they don't, then we'll give them their first loss for sure in this season. Now, if Penn State ends up beating Indiana, I don't really care. I just think it would be cooler if we were to give them the first loss in the Big Ten championship game. But if Penn State beats them, then hey, I think that's hilarious. And I'll just prove that Indiana, they don't deserve to be the number 2 team in the nation. They still don't, even if they escape beating Penn State, in my opinion. They don't belong in the top 5. They belong, I don't know, I guess you can put them somewhere in the top 15. Like between 10 and 15, maybe you could put them somewhere there, but I don't think they belong in the top 10. And saying he's just dropping past the back. Saying, man, he's looking to go down the field almost with every single play that we're calling. He's always looking downfield. He wants that big, huge chunk of play. But he already had it in the first half with that beautiful pass to Jeremiah Smith for about 50 yards. But I guess he just wants to add to his stats and pad to his stats, which I'm totally fine with. Just do whatever you want, guys. Let's just get out of here and beat this team. And maybe we can leave them with a little bit of dignity left on this 3rd and 5 right here. This should be an easy first down as well. I'm just doing a slant route. Purdue has led off of doing man and a wide open wide receiver right in the middle for an easy 10-yard pickup right there. That's another first down. Straight to Rogers. Rogers is an upcoming wide receiver. He's not on the level as Jeremiah Smith, the tight end, and Tate and the other wide receivers, but he's climbing that ladder very quickly. You know, he's gonna be a top receiver for sure. If it's not this season, then definitely season. But he's definitely climbing up there really fast. So he's improving with every snap that he gets. And there is a flag down, probably a false start on us. It looks like it is on us. Somebody jumped, but I'm not exactly sure who jumped out of position. Yeah, it is a false flag. First false start, 5-yard penalty, whatever. It's still first down, so not a big, huge deal. Not a big, huge problem. It's 1st and 15. Yeah, we should be able to make up these 15 yards. Easy peasy. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Easy as A, B, C. It's easy as do, re, mi, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's you and me, girl. Shake, shake it, baby. Uh-oh. People don't know who that song is from. Oh, wait, who's that? 20 Peoples, right? Ain't 20 People? I always get confused with it. Yeah, Peoples. But, yeah, that's a shout out to, man. What was the name of the Jackson 5? It was the Jackson 5, duh, with Michael Jackson. That's where that song comes from. When they were back at Motown. And also, BYU is getting spanked as well. I don't know, that's another team that don't deserve to be in the top 10 if you ask me. Just based off what they're playing today. They didn't really show up for that game. Oh, a screen pass to Peoples, but that was well read by the Purdue defense. They were all over that play. Got us for a sack of yards right there, so it's 3rd and 11. That was a good read on Purdue's defense's half right there. They saw that play coming, and they were well prepared. But we are in field goal range. But hopefully we'll be able to pick up this first down and keep the ball moving. So we'll be able to get that touchdown. And it just add to our lead here. Not because I want to eat another cupcake, which I don't mind. Well, I don't know. Listen, I ate a lot more last cupcake team. Right down the middle for an easy first down. There we go. That's what we see. That's the innings right there. Right, see, now I'm starting to memorize people's names and such now just by their jerseys number. So that lets me know right there that I'm getting more fluid with these guys' names. And there is some still players, teams that I cannot pronounce. And those players I will just continue to call out their jersey number rather than just trying to call out their name and just butchering their name. And I don't want to do that. So that's why for those players I'll just call out their jersey numbers. But the players of the names that I do know how to pronounce, I will pronounce them by name and sometimes by their jersey number. It just really honestly depends. But however, what is this? They're showing a stat up here. Ohio State FBS average is 800. Okay, I don't know what what that stat is. I'm not even going to try to read it. It's like for offensive play calls or something like that, and there's like a difference of 67. And we're like call like a lot of different plays, I guess, is what they're trying to tell me. I guess. Oh, Peoples, you got stopped in the back for a loss of yards. It's 3rd and goal here. Probably just throw it up to Jeremiah Smith, Tate again. I mean, it's just nerve-wracking only because you have so many great players. You can give anybody the ball and they'll most likely do something with it. But who do you give the touchdown to? You know, you give it to Jeremiah Smith. You give it to the tight end. I mean, they all deserve a touchdown. Maybe you take turns. Like, look, okay, if it's ever 3rd and goal in this situation, I'm just gonna give the ball to you, or just whoever's open, really. All 12 had him. He had 12 right there. Sane's looking. Oh, Sane, what are you doing, my guy? Why did you throw that football? He tried to force something that was not there, and he got the interception. Ah, Sane, what are you doing? Who did he even try to throw that to? There was nobody even open. He tried to force the ball into the end zone here. I'm going to see who he's trying to throw that to, because there was nobody around it. Why would you throw that ball? Oh, Sane, bro. Okay, so Innings was running across. So Saiyan probably thought that he had Innings coming out on the cross, because it was basically a scramble drill when Saiyan went back to pass, right? And so here comes Saiyan's looking. Here comes Innings right here running on the field. But there's a defender right there in front of Innings. I don't know why Saiyan threw that football whatsoever. The worst play I have seen Saiyan play since the season has started. That was just a terrible read. He could have went to his check down, right? 12 was right there. Would he would have got touchdown? Maybe. You just don't know, because there were 2 defenders on, like, right behind him, right? But he would have caught the ball and got something, if not a touchdown. So you throw it down to your touchdown, but saying he wanted that touchdown and he thought he had Innings right across, but it just blows my mind, because how do you not see the defender who's just literally, he's just standing there like this? And he's daring him to throw the football, and he threw the football, and then Purdue got the INT because he threw the football. That was such a bad, terrible read by Sane. He is better than that. He needs to play better than that. He can play better than that. I do not know what Sane was thinking on that pass. That was so bad. Oh my gosh. Now, we did run the ball on 1st and 2nd goal, right? But we barely got any yards. So I see why we didn't run it again. But maybe we should have ran it again and just see what happens. Especially if we were planning on going for it on 4th down anyway. Then yeah, you take the yards that you can get on the ground, if not a touchdown. And they just went for the best play call, and just saying, he just makes a bad read. That was so bad, man. Oh, man. But that's okay. You know, there's nothing you can do about now, saying just get that dust off your shoulder and focus on the next play, the next offensive go around. You know, you got to let that out of your head. You made a bad mistake. I would even say a terrible mistake. There was no reason why Saiyan needed to throw that football. No reason. I am so shocked that he did not see the Purdue defender just standing there. Literally just standing there, daring him to throw it, and he throws it. Oh, that's okay, though, because Purdue's offense, they ain't going to make anything out of it. You know, they ain't going to get no points or anything like that off of it, because our defense is going to shut that down. But, man, that was hard to watch, man. That was hard to watch. Saying, man, he's got to know better, bro. Hopefully, Ryan Day and the coaches will get him up on there, and they will have a good talking to. Which I'm sure they will. Somebody needs to talk to him. Like, why did you throw that football, my guy? You're better than that, man. You're better at making reads. That's the first read that I've seen Sane make that I'm just like, what are you doing? Oh, man. All right, so let's see, man. BYU, of course, is trailing. Ole Miss is dominating, but they're playing a cupcake. They're winning 42-0. Georgia's winning their game against Mississippi State, of course. We're going to try to keep an eye still on that team. I don't know how much time is left in that game or anything like that, but we will see. how much time is left in that game. As soon as our third quarter is over, but the game's probably going to be over by the time. So Indiana could lose to Penn State. And that's hilarious. And also, BYU is just another bad team. But where's the... Oh, yeah, BYU, Texas Tech. 26-7. I don't see BYU's winning that game. They already lost. Listen, they got a late fourth quarter touchdown to even get that 7 points while I was watching during halftime. And, I mean, they're just going to lose the game. And, I mean, it didn't even look like they were interested in even playing in that game. BYU is not a top 10 team. They're just not. Yeah, BYU is ranked 6th, and I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just not a top 10 team. They don't belong in the top 10. Put them back down to like 15 or lower. Okay? So that's going to be changes. There's going to be some changes in the next ranking. That's for sure. Purdue takes the time out here on 4th and 3. Are they actually thinking about going for it? Because I already said, even though, yeah, Say made that mistake, Purdue's not going to get anything out of it as far as points. But they did take a timeout, so it looks like they may be going for this 4th and 3. And if I'm Ryan Day, I'm bringing in a blitz. I'm just going to blitz you. Because I'm not going to give you time to think about where you want to throw the ball. Don't want to give you any time, especially on 4th and 3. Just send the blitz. Don't send the house because you still want to defend the wide receivers, obviously. But, I think I would do a man-on-man. I think my man can beat your man. And then I'm bringing in the linebacker blitz. The middle linebacker blitz straight down to the middle. I'm coming at you. You ain't going to have time to dingle-dally behind your offensive lineman because I'm blitzing you. So I think that's what Ryan Day should call defensively to get a stop if Purdue decides to go for it. But honestly, listen, if you're Purdue, really, you don't have anything to lose at all. All right? So, honestly, Purdue should be playing careless football. And I don't mean careless as in, just basically, throw the ball wherever you want, do whatever you want. What I mean by that is that they have their entire playbook. They can run trick plays. Just keep throwing the ball. You really don't have anything to lose. You can live dangerously close to the edge in this football game, really. You can go for it on every 4th down. That's what I'm talking about. Your season's already over. The chances of Purdue making a bowl game, that's out of the window. Okay, because they only have 4 games left. Now, I think they only have 4 games left. If they have more than 5 games left, then yeah. If they have 5 or more games left, which I don't think they have. If they have any more games left, it's not 5 or more. It's going to be 5 or 4, including this game right now. So Purdue, they should play loose, but no, they're not going to do that. They're just going to punt the ball right back to us. So, yeah, like I said, Sain's mistake there did not do anything for Purdue other than them stopping us from getting a cheap field goal or even a touchdown. So we get the ball right back. Saying he needs to come back out here and make up for that mistake by throwing a bomber to Jeremiah Smith for the TD. Let's go, but now we're doing some commercials. So I'm going to click over here really quickly and check out. Oh, wait, I clicked on the wrong game. Darn it. Well, since we're here at BYU and Texas Tech right now, they only have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in their game. Texas Tech is winning 26-7 at the current moment. And yeah, BYU is ranked number 17 in the country. They don't belong in the top 10. Put them down to 15. I already said that, but it's just true. BYU, Listen, anybody, if BYU makes the playoffs, anybody who plays them, it's a guaranteed win. It's almost like a bye week playing BYU. Please, they're overrated. 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 All right, so, there's only less than 2 minutes left in this Penn State-Indiana game. Penn State is beating Indiana 24-20. Ooh, and Indiana is the ranked number 2. And again, just like BYU, they're overrated. Overrated. And that's the truth. That's the truth. With some cheese on it. There ain't no meat in between these buns. The Longest Yard reference. Oh, wait, no. Is it The Longest Yard, the Adam Sandler movie where they play football against the guards? I think it's called The Longest Yard. But, Penn State's handling it. And not only that, but Indiana, they have 0 timeouts left. And there's only 1 minute and 30 seconds left on this clock. Man, I'm kind of interested to see the ending of this game. Right now, that's the game I have it on because our game's on commercial, but I'm sure it's probably back on now. But, man, this is getting down to a wild finish here. The Indiana, this is their last chance right here. If they don't get a touchdown on this possession, on their last possession of the game, because there's only 1 minute 22 seconds left, they went ahead and spiked the ball. That's a waste of a down, if you ask me. They got to start using those sidelines. Will Penn State get the upset on Indiana? Boy, I don't really care if they do, but if they do, it's going to be hilarious, man. And I can't even flip back and forth between our game and this right here. But I'm still keeping a close score. I think what I'm going to do the first time ever since, listen, we already beat Purdue, right? But I know our score is 24-3 at the moment. So if we do get a touchdown, I still will eat a cupcake, obviously. But there's not too much time left on this game. So I do want to check out the ending of this game. So I think that's what we're going to do here. A little bit different. Am I going to be doing this throughout the rest of the season? No. I'm not going to try to. I'm not going to say no because who knows what other games will be on because I don't know everybody's schedule. And if games will come down to the wire like this is important. Obviously, these games are a whole more important. They were important before the first college football playoff rankings, but now, since the rankings are out and they're coming out every Tuesday, these games are 10 times more important than the other games before the first college football rankings because everybody is playing for a spot, right? So everybody wants to win. Everybody wanted to win before, but now definitely everybody wants to win times 10. And Indiana right now, they're fighting for their lives against Penn State right now. And they have 0 times out. Every first down they get does stop the clock for their team, though. So, and you know what? I'm kind of rooting here for Penn State. And we're supposed to be reacting to our game. I don't know what happened to, but we're going to go ahead and check our game real quick while that flag is down. I'm just going to go back and forth between our game and that game. So, listen, I'm stuck. Because I want to pay attention to our game. Oh, wow. Okay, 1st and 20 for us. Score hasn't changed. There's about 2 minutes and 43 seconds left in the third quarter of our game right now. It's 1st and 20, so apparently we got like a sack or maybe a false start to add to that. 10 yards. Saying he's looking, yeah. So far, I will say this, that so far Purdue is doing a good job of covering downfield. Because I'm telling you guys, every time Sane goes back to pass, he's always looking down the field, but there's nobody open, so he just goes to his check down. Purdue is not trying to give up the big plays anymore. They're like, you already dogged us on that 50-yard pass, so now we're only going to give you a little tiny bit of yards. We're covering downfield, so there's that. I found that kind of funny, actually. 2nd and 20. See what we do here. Saying he's looking down deep again. And he throws the ball straight down to the middle to no other than who else? Mr. Hands, Jeremiah Smith. Absolute baller right there. But, man, we're probably on our way to getting another touchdown. But I'm flipping back and forth here, guys. Sorry about that. But I got to see the finish of this game right here of Indiana Penn State. Will Indiana go down and take the lead? They need a touchdown. The field goal obviously does nothing. And they made it down to 1st and goal with about, 45 seconds left on the clock for them. So they got plenty of times, and they got literally 4 downs to save their season, to save their undefeated season right here. So it's 4 downs or bust, a field goal. Obviously, you're going to lose the game. So you got 4 downs right here. They have 0 times out as well. So if you're Penn State, you're going to want to get a tackle inbounds. So the clock will continue to run. And then Indiana will have to spike it. And they will lose another down to get the ball into the end zone. But we'll find out what happens here. Come on, Penn State. Ooh, that was an ugly pass by the Indiana quarterback. The ball hit the ground. But, again, it does stop the ball for Indiana. So, I mean, they at least got to be happy for that. But, you know what? I finally made up my mind because I didn't really care. But now I do kind of care. I want Penn State to get the upset, okay? Penn State needs something good on their resume for their season. And if they get the W win, there's a good chance they could make a bowl game. I mean, there's still a chance that they could make a bowl game, you know, if they lose this game, because they only need 3 more wins. And I do believe they got like 4 games left. So there's still a possibility, but for Penn State to get the upset here would be huge. And just a stepping stone for their program to figure out who the heck is going to be their next head football coach next season. Will it be their interim coach that they have right now coaching them? I don't know. But we're going to go back to our game now. They called timeout. I'm trying to check in with both at the moment. This is unprecedented right here, honestly. They honestly just came back out the field, so we're just going to check in with our game. Okay, our game's on commercial. It's still in the 3rd quarter. I don't know if there's like an injured player or anything like that, but we're going back. Hopefully I can make it back before they run a play here real fast. I don't know, because this is basically crunch time. What down is it? Did they run the play? Surely they didn't run a play already, right? Okay, no. So it's 2nd and goal for Indiana here. So here goes Penn State. Oh! Indiana caught another lucky break. The Penn State player came in fast. He almost had him down on the football, but the Indiana quarterback, he was able to get the ball out of his hand, and the ball is incomplete. So that's good for Indiana. But, man, that Penn State player, he almost had that sack. And if he would have got that sack, it would have been huge, because it would have ran more. The clock would have been continue running. And Indiana wasn't going to be able to spike it, because that would just take away a 3rd down opportunity, and that would be a waste of a down, obviously. So 3rd and goal here. No timeouts left for Indiana. We'll see. Their undefeated record is on the line. Indiana, he throws it back. He caught it up in the air. Are they going to call it a touchdown? They called it a touchdown. But was his feet in? Was his feet in? I don't think his feet was in, honestly. I want to see a replay of that, man. There's no way. Was his feet in? Oh, now they're saying that he wasn't complete. Let's see right here. I'll be the judge, because I ain't rooting for either team. But I think it would be cooler if Penn State would have been able to get in. And, oh, man, that toe tap. I don't know. It's really close. It's his toe on that back of the end zone here. Let's see. Is it? He's going down. He's going down. Pause right there. Wait, no, pause right there. Oh, what feet hits first? Man, that's hard to tell. I can't tell which one of his feet hit first. I don't know. They got to figure that out. They're calling it a touchdown. Well, they're still reviewing it, but they called it a touchdown on the field. I don't know. I can't tell which one of his feet hit first. I'm interested to see here. They're going to show the replay. I'm looking really closely so I can give a judgmental call. The right one. Let's see. Where's his feet? Which one hits first? Okay. Boom. Oh, man. I got to rule that a touchdown for Indiana. I think his left leg hit the ground first before his right leg did, and it was in bounds. I would call that a touchdown on the field. Is that what they're going to go with on the field? And then after I get whatever they're going to call this as, they're still taking a look at it. Okay, I kind of want to see what's going on with our game now. This is definitely unprediction. It's still 24-3, guys. We have not scored another touchdown yet, so no cupcakes so far in this third quarter for our game at the current moment. But they're still checking. I guess I'll just check back in, and I guess I'll just find out whether or not they called it a touchdown. To me, it looked like the Indiana player was in, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe his other feet did touch out of bounds right here. Oh my gosh, it's already the fourth quarter. Okay, so that's going to be the end of the third quarter, guys. I didn't even realize I'm going back and forth here. That was the end of the third quarter. It's still 24-3. No cupcakes in the third quarter, but we shall see in the fourth quarter.